Hi there, Michelle Shelton.
Hi, I'm Emma Shelton. Today we are in Gilbert, Arizona. We're going to show you a little bit of the neighborhoods and look around. We're going to see some flood irrigation, which is fun, and just teach you about this area and all the different opportunities that are here.
You can see this particular property here has flood irrigation. You see how the water is sitting and it'll soak in over a period of time. There's also a berm. You can see where these boulders are. It's bermed up there with dirt to make sure the water stays in there. And he's got some very old citrus trees. We're gonna walk down to the end of the street and I'll show you what the irrigation ditch looks like. And then we'll show you what some of the homes look like in this community. Today is, what is today, Emma?
Today is Tuesday, September 20th.
Okay, Tuesday, September 20th of 2022. And I'm gonna show you what this irrigation looks like and just some of the plants and things like that. We like to do that when we're working with buyers for sure. These beautiful plants here are called oleanders. They're very aggressive growing. These are pretty old. I bet they've been here for 30 years and they need to be trimmed regularly. The biggest thing with oleanders is they're super poisonous. So because he's on the end, his irrigation has nowhere to go if somebody up the line does not take irrigation. So I'm not going to walk you over to that irrigation ditch because as you can see, it's flowing out into this vacant field because there's so much that it's going over here into this vacant field. What that means is when you order irrigation, you're responsible for that water. And a lot of times somebody further up the line may not care about the water, or maybe it rains or something and they go, you know, I don't really need water. I'm gonna skip it this time. If they skip that water and they've ordered an hour and a half or 2 hours, the guy on the end gets it. So when you're buying a property, these are the kinds of things that we point out, things that you may not realize, and just make sure that you're aware. It doesn't mean it's a bad property by any means. Okay, let's go check out this neighborhood. End of the street here, so it's gonna be a little messy because this goes all the way along the back of people's properties, and this is how the flood irrigation is delivered. You can see that when you go once the irrigation is done, like these homes had irrigation yesterday, now the ditch is dry, and then they have ports, so you can see that's a port. And then there's a gate, which is that triangle piece. And when it's your turn for water, you put that in between you and your neighbors so that this area gets up. Emma's gonna try to open it for us. Push in. There you go. You open that up and then the water pours in there and actually floods your property. Thank you, Emma.
Put that back up.
And Emma is pretty strong, but it's not that difficult to do.
No.
This is on the other side, and again, you can see it's dry. Some of these ditches are still dirt. These happen to be concrete. They have different, you saw the little triangle piece over on the other side. These have cranks where they go down. So when it comes, the water comes, you'll be given a time slot, and then you just crank that down. You don't need to do it, Emma. You got to flip the little switch there. That, yep. Yep. So anyway, you flip that over and then it'll go down and hold tight. And then it causes, you can see on this side, like this guy has just a big dirt thing that floods his property. And then this side, he has a newer port right there. But there's ports just like on the other side. and it'll just flood your property. Everything is based on gravity. But what it allows, you can see this neighborhood has green pastures. There's a lot of horse people in here, large trees, and you can have plants. This guy's got a lot of different plants. He has like a little pond over there, and he has some cannas and just some really beautiful plants.